mean, it may not seem like a big deal to everybody, and it's probably even crazier the fact that, oh, you get me involved. I don't. If you ever want to watch these videos, or it's correlated to a timeline. If you ever wanted to, hey, what was going on during this kid's 40K adventures, and I had to know what was going down with their 401ks at the time. It's not something most stonecutters are going to have any involvement in until I cut myself away from the 401k or REIT. That other video with John. So when we're asking ourselves, what breaks here? Is it going to be the Fed? Is it going to be crypto? Is it the big seven? Is it one of these numbers that says sure, that's tragic and crazy, and if it goes, that water on the pond and wave functions is going to kind of go to these places, because from that 401k, let's say I was managing that from the guys, or I was working the public works and state troopers 401k for them, because they have to do drills 42 feet, 21 feet, 42 feet, 150 feet out. The Reed Elementary School program is not going to give you a lot of time to register what other brokers and hedges are doing right now. So you'll get into a situation like John the Warrior Poet. You type it in there, Doomsday Stock Model, and it'll have John the Warrior Poet doing an audit with the guy who does it for them, because John the Warrior Poet's not doing it for his Warrior Poet Society. He's hiring somebody else. Now, I don't know how it exactly went down there, but when we ask ourselves, who is that relative to? Who in town has got this card, that system that says it has to be that person? The person we have in town is going to be saying the same thing. Is they're worried about something breaking, and I had no clue about that between the management and on the floor about what work I was going to be doing while I still paid into a system without knowing truly its operation or operational routes that said when in case of emergency, they told me as a 401k or something that this base to height was going to be there, because it's great that you signed it away with the bank if necessary, but how do I know those green spaces were really going to this, or that they were going to put that money back into the system over these 4 or 8 years? I mean, that's a lot of people dying and being born inside of there about what goes down next into immigration and a bunch of other things. Our local town census gives us what our 32K is normally around here, which is what, the $18-20 an hour. And you want to take your board factory worker and put it in volume, where the state troopers, some writing skills and training on the psychology is somewhere in the balance different, maybe plus 5 or 10K. We are asking you because of a security issue to say, we're going to want you to buy the computer yourself. We certainly have programs like school grants and things, or you try to figure it out about why you try to get the townsperson to put the investment into this officer of whatever flavor of cork they are. When that's this guy, or how that all go down is every single case is, maybe there was a portfolio team that as a group they commoditized us all together with what money I gave them, and maybe they put it into bet. Maybe they put it in Sam Bankman-Fried. I mean, I'd have to look at my financial statement to know really what they did and how that correlated into, well, why didn't you just put me in the same Snap-on program and these other things that said you worked my account individually instead of just melting it all together in these super conglomerate balls that put it in Google and these other things. Now, I'm really glad that as a small stone mill or police station, security union, Vanguard, somebody else can't really handle the stone operations for that town over, I'll pick it up. And I'd imagine the cops come in when they don't have enough details, or there's a big enough fire, or you need EMTs, that you call the next ring in. And, that starts to fall to that point, or points that would be relative to saying, well, who the fuck's in command, and what the hell is going down when they wrote me out about. That's probably why what will break. So in case in the mill it does, understand the and or if inside here, or the and or logic gates. That would be in a Pensrow twister theory on times of the days and weeks, months, year over month over month, year over year, before you go clicking buttons today on your Weebles account or your Robinhood. Did you really? I mean, 15-20 minutes before 9:30, Were you going through all the charts to make sure it was good? Do you stay in that pocket so you're good? Because even if you've been in it, I've been working that every day. Sometimes it'll stretch you out. You'll get in there in that stone mill and you'll let scrap wood stack up or something like that. Now I know the system. I had it written down. It was my law, and yet it still sometimes makes an issue and a problem that needs to be addressed. It's not a perfect system. Heat decay will take down the world. Even the great attractor in the scale of the billions of years downrange will start to rip itself apart. That is math. That is, without it, you don't have work. And cops don't have things to cop, and stonemasons don't have headstones to make. It's just how shit is.